It's been a little more than an hour and a half since that scene is cleared. We do know that one person is dead this morning, another injured, expected to be okay and recover. We're taken to the hospital. Dougherty County Coroner Michael Fowler is contacting the next of kin for that victim who died. We can also tell you, as we were arriving here on scene, there was a car riddled with bullets that was being towed away from the scene at this time. It is unclear exactly how many people were involved, if there are any persons of interest, if police have anyone in custody. That's the information that we're working to learn this morning. Yeah, Carla, good afternoon to you. We got here about 20 minutes ago, and just as we were setting up, the sheriff actually pulled in, and I was able to wave him down and get some information from him. We have since learned that this happened early this morning around 6:45. Someone reported of seeing a body in the middle of the road in front of a vehicle. Another triple shooting. Now, we know this comes just days after that shooting that happened in West Albany at the Gillianville Apartments, the Woodland Apartments there. We know that two people were taken to Phoebe, and fortunately a third victim has died. Let's step out the way here so that you can see. Police have kind of cleared the scene at this time. We did see a couple of cruisers who pulled off rather quickly. Don't let where you come from limit your potential. Some great words there, and that's indeed what former President Jimmy Carter lived by. And I can say, again, those humble beginnings coming from that boyhood farm in Archery, just 3 miles outside of Plains, where they're going to take him here this morning. And he kind of kept that same attitude, that fortitude, if you will, as being the humble former president, the humble president, the humble man that worked on the Sumter County Board of Education, the humble governor, and still he could have chosen to go anywhere after his presidency, after leaving the White House, but he chose to come back to his hometown here in Plains, Georgia, just to be, if you will, regular old Jimmy Carter. This 55,000 square foot store is stocked with everything from sporting goods to athletic wear and camping equipment. But it's not just a new store. It's another sign of growth and opportunity for Albany. This is where it all happens. Thousands of fresh, ready-to-eat meals are made starting at 6 a.m. daily here at the Feeding the Valley headquarters in Columbus. 400 meals are made daily and delivered to Albany during the school year. That number doubles, if not triples, during the summer. So we're going to have people around the clock making sure that they take those donations from you. And you won't even have to get out your car. That's right. We know it'll be raining. It's going to be cold. You're not going to have to get out of your car. We're going to come to you and get those donations from you. We're located here at 1709 Stewart Avenue. I want to go ahead and take it over to First Alert meteorologist Chris Zellman, who's standing by with the forecast as we take a live look here at the radar. Yes, that rain is getting ready to move in. Chris, when are we expecting the timing of that rain and showers to move in? Good morning. Yeah, polls close at 7 o'clock tonight, and there's no better time than now to make sure that you are registered to vote, to save yourself some time and that headache before going down to the polls. And it's easy as just going to the My Voter page. That's mvp.sos.ga.gov. It's going to bring you here to this home page. You're going to fill out this form with your first initial, your last name, the county that you live in, and then your date of birth. Once you do that, it's going to bring you here to the My Registration Information page. I've counted within the past minute or so 6 cars that have come into the neighborhood Walmart here, and I'm going to step out of the way so that you can see there are store employees that are manning the doors to tell those customers that they're closed. This was the scene when our crews arrived just after 5 a.m. A car riddled with bullets being towed away from the intersection of Broad Avenue and Front Street. Police say the shooting happened just after 3 a.m. Investigators say an unknown vehicle pulled up beside the car and opened fire, hitting 2 men inside, killing Malcolm Davis and injuring another man who police say is expected to survive. The shooting happened only hours before people gathered in downtown Albany for the We Are the Traffic Daily Walk and Run, led by community advocate King Randall, an effort meant to bring the community together, even in the face of violence. And King, I can't help but to think, that this could have been far much worse.
Yeah, I was grateful that, many people weren't there already, but for me, faith is the biggest thing. Faith in what we're doing. I believe God is protecting us and protecting our movement.
Randall believes the fight for Albany's future depends on moments like this, pushing through the darkness, choosing hope.
We sat down and we talked about what happened, and we pushed forward. We pushed forward anyway, and that's what it means to be a citizen in Albany. Albany's not just the bad headlines. We are something great, and this faith and resilience is what's going to show the most.
Police say they've reviewed the flock cameras downtown and are trying to locate the vehicle, but are not able to give the vehicle's description at this time. Radium Springs, it was a premier destination. A grand casino once stood here, drawing in visitors from across the country with music, dancing, and of course, gambling. The casino would be demolished after a massive fire, storms, and flooding.
It was a gorgeous place. It took a lot of money to keep it up and stuff, but they could have turned it into anything they wanted to, you know, and it could have been just a tourist attraction.
It was known as the social center of Southwest Georgia, one of the most beloved Dougherty County landmarks. The casino and adjoining country club, the Springs, and their environments were all collectively known as the Radium Springs Club. Earlier names included Blue Springs and Skywater Park. The club was the brainchild of New York advertising magnate Baron G. Collier and Albany automobile dealer and real estate developer Thad Huckabee. They opened the club and its casino April 5th, 1927. It was one of the first planned recreational communities in the nation.
It was a beautiful place. I can remember upstairs had some of the most beautiful cypress wood in that thing that you've ever laid your eyes on.
As far as you're concerned, you don't think that this was arson, and I don't think anyone could be that mad at me, really, to do something like that.
But the glamour wouldn't last forever. The 55-year-old majestic white column casino at the time was gutted by a huge fire in 1982, which marked the beginning of the casino's demise.
I was disappointed. I loved the place. It was beautiful, and I hate to see anything get destroyed by fire. It was a wonderful place to go and dine and eat and everything, you know. It was just kind of off from everything else Albany had.
Kenneth Cleveland was married to Dan Royal's daughter. Dan was a well-known figure in Albany and bought the property and rebuilt the casino after the fire during what was considered its golden era, when it became a lively destination for dances, big bands, and social gatherings. The Royals intended to open it up to the public for swimming, but then decided to open a restaurant.
There was a cook down there in Panacea, Florida, Clayton Oaks. And Clayton was in business with his daddy down there, helping him run the restaurant they had there at the bridge. And he got Clayton to come up here in Albany to run Radium Springs as a seafood restaurant, steak and seafood restaurant.
By the 90s, repeated floods and storms battered the property, each one leaving more damage. Saving the Albany landmark was impossible. The only way it could have been saved is if the landmark was moved from its current site.
It just fizzled. And Albany just didn't cater too much out there at the time. It wasn't in the right area in my book. I mean, it was right from the river. You got this water and all from the river, but people just, I don't know, it's just like everything else. You know, if a grocery store goes out of business, nobody goes to it anymore.
Once a place of nightlife and glamour, now a place of reflection and history. Radium Springs reminding us of the beauty and fragility of our natural treasures. In Radium Springs in Albany, I'm Quinlan Parker, WALB, your hometown news source.